AWS has recently launched a new certification for AWS Certified AI Practitioner, which is at the equivalent level as the AWS Certified Cloud Practitioner. In this video, I would like to offer practical tips, learning resources, and key concepts if you are interested in obtaining this certification. It is a foundational level certification that is designed for individuals who are familiar with solutions using AI or ML technologies on AWS at a high level. Earning this certification by February 15, 2025 will receive an additional Early Adopter Digital Badge. The exam contains 65 questions, majority multiple choice, with a duration of 90 minutes. More details can be found here on the AWS website, links are included in the description below. To obtain this certification, previous hands-on experience with AWS machine learning services is beneficial but not mandatory. However, I do recommend registering an AWS account and taking the advantage of its free tier to gain familiarity with these AWS ML/AI services. Compared to Cloud Practitioner, AWS Certified AI Practitioner is more AI and ML focused. Some people suggest on Reddit that it is harder than they thought, and I recognize that it is because it emphasizes different skill sets compared to Cloud Practitioner. After all, it covers the fundamental knowledge if you are interested in pursuing the AWS machine learning progression pathway, such as AWS Certified Machine Learning Associate and AWS Certified Machine Learning Specialty. In this video, I would like to share some practical tips to help you prepare for and pass the AWS Certified AI Practitioner exam, including recommended learning resources, exam preparation strategies, and key topics to focus on during your studies. Recommended learning resources. Firstly, start with the official AWS exam guide, as it provides a comprehensive list of concepts and tasks covered in the exam. Stefan's Udemy course Ultimate AWS Certified AI Practitioner is the main resource majority people use to prepare for the exam, and the complimentary practice exams offered on the Udemy platform are very helpful for understanding the exam's format, structure, and topics. AWS Skill Builder also provides the official AWS AI Practitioner practice question, a set of 20 free questions that follows the same format and style of the actual exam. Skill Builder also offers a free course Standard Exam Prep Plan, AWS Certified AI Practitioner for exam preparation. Besides, AWS Skill Builder offers a range of tutorials and resources if you are interested in diving deeper into certain topics. I have included links to these resources in the video description for you to check out. AWS offers both in-person and online options for the exam. Here are some miscellaneous tips for preparing for the online exam based on my experience. 1 or 2 days before the exam. You will receive a few emails for actions required for exam preparation, including instructions for laptop or PC system tests. Read these emails carefully. Running the system test is critical. Check that the internet is at a good speed and can launch the exam simulation successfully. Do a few practice exams and time yourself. There are 90 minutes for 65 questions, so roughly 1.5 minutes per question. The questions are not very lengthy, and generally, 1 minute per question is enough. On the exam day, you will be given 30 minutes before the actual exam time for check-in. Prepare your ID, and you will be asked to take photos of yourself. Make sure that your desk is cleared of personal and preparatory items, as you are expected to take photos or use a webcam to show your desk from 4 angles. You may run into technical issues while launching the exam, but there are staff to help you troubleshoot. Silence your phone and make sure you are free from interruptions. During the exam, mark uncertain questions for review before the submission. Now, let's dive into what you need to know for the exam. The AWS certification exam is divided into 5 main areas. First up is AI and ML fundamentals, which makes up 20% of the exam. Then we've got generative AI fundamentals at 24%, and foundation model applications taking the biggest chunk at 28%. The last 2 areas are responsible AI guidelines and security and compliance, each worth 14%. Let me break down the key topics you'll want to focus on during your study. Types of machine learning algorithms, we'll cover this in detail. Data science lifecycle and how it works with Amazon SageMaker. AWS Managed AI Services. Fundamentals of generative AI. Amazon Bedrock and Amazon Q Business. Responsible AI concepts. And finally, AWS services for AI security and governance. Let's start with machine learning, or ML, algorithm. Understanding different categories of ML is critical, such as supervised learning, unsupervised learning, semi-supervised learning, reinforcement learning, and more. You should be able to identify typical algorithms of each category and their use cases. Supervised learning. Typical algorithms include KNN, logistic regression, XGBoost for classification tasks, and linear regression for regression tasks. Common evaluation metrics are accuracy, recall, precision for classification, and RMSE, MSE for regression. Unsupervised learning. Typical algorithms include clustering, dimensionality reduction, etc. Deep learning. Convolutional neural network, CNN, for image classification, WaveNet for audio generation, generative adversarial network, GAN, for image generation and generating synthetic data, recurrent neural network, RNN, for time series forecasting. Self-supervised learning is the mechanism behind training foundation models, FM. Transfer learning is the concept behind fine-tuning FMs for domain adaptation. Reinforcement learning and incremental learning are both techniques for extending FM's existing knowledge. Now let's dive into our second topic, the data science lifecycle. This is a crucial concept you'll need to understand for the exam. The lifecycle has several key stages that you should be familiar with, starting from data collection, moving through exploratory data analysis, or EDA as we call it, then data preprocessing, feature engineering, model training, hyperparameter tuning, evaluation, and finally deployment and monitoring. Amazon SageMaker provides specific tools for each of these stages. It's crucial to understand and differentiate these tools' specific functionalities and use cases. Let me break down additional key concepts in data science lifecycle. First, understand the differences between training, validation, testing, and inference phases. These are fundamental to any machine learning project. You'll also need to grasp concepts like overfitting and underfitting, and how they relate to bias and variance in your models. When it comes to deployment, you should know about different inference strategies, whether to use real-time, async, batch, or serverless inference depending on your use case. Finally, make sure you're comfortable with the objectives of SageMaker Studio, SageMaker Canvas, and SageMaker Jumpstart. Each has its own specific use cases that you'll need to understand. AWS provides various low-code, no-code AI solutions and services, including Amazon Comprehend, Textract, and Translate. The exam will test your ability to identify the key features, use cases, and distinctions between these AWS-managed services. Here is a summary to help you understand their differences. For example, Amazon Comprehend is for text analysis and document classification that supports name entity recognition, NER. Amazon Translate is used for document translation that supports custom terminology. Another key domain is the fundamentals of generative AI. It covers identifying selection criteria to choose foundation models, including cost, modality, latency, multilingual, model size, model complexity, context length, open source or proprietary, input and output length. Prompt engineering techniques, zero-shot, few-shot prompting, chain of thought, and negative prompting. Understand the concept of tokenization and embeddings in natural language processing. The effective inference parameters on model responses, such as temperature, top K, top P, response length, stop sequences. Techniques for foundation model customization as well as their pros and cons, including retrieval augmented generation, RAG, fine-tuning, in-context learning, reinforcement learning from human feedback, RLHF, continued pre-training. Foundation model evaluation metrics, ROUGE, BLEU, and BERT score. Generative AI security challenges and prompt misuses, such as prompt hijacking, jailbreaking, exposure, prompt leaking, hallucination, toxicity, and poisoning. This section includes understanding the key features of Amazon Bedrock and their use cases, such as Amazon Bedrock Model Playground, Model Marketplace, Model Customization, Retrieval Augmented Generation and Agents, etc. Knowledge Base for Amazon Bedrock equip foundation models with information from company data sources and enriches the prompt to provide more relevant and accurate responses based on the RAG workflow. Identify AWS services that help store embeddings within vector databases, including Amazon OpenSearch Service, Amazon Aurora, Amazon Neptune, Amazon Kendra, Amazon Document DB, Amazon RDS for PostgreSQL. Amazon Bedrock Pricing Model, on-demand, pay-per-use based on number of tokens, and provision throughput, charged based on hours for long-term commitment. For example, model customization can only be done using provision throughput. Guardrail for Amazon Bedrock, control interactions between users and foundation models by applying word filters, denied topics, content filters, sensitive information filters such as mask email, contextual grounding such as reduce hallucination. Bedrock Invocation Log, allow the company to capture detailed logs of all model requests and responses, including input data, output predictions, and any errors that occur during model execution. Amazon Q Business is a GenAI assistant built on foundational models from Amazon Bedrock and based on companies' knowledge and data. AWS additionally offers several GenAI services that extend from Amazon Q Business, including Amazon Q Developer, Amazon Q Apps and PartyRock, and Amazon Q integration with Quick Insight. The AWS Certified AI Practitioner exam heavily focuses on responsible AI, security, and governance concepts, as well as in the implication within the AWS environment. First, let's cover the foundational security framework. The AWS Shared Responsibility Model divides security duties. Customers handle security in the cloud, while AWS manages security of the cloud. For human-centered design, we focus on amplifying decision-making, unbiased decision-making for reducing bias, and enabling learning between humans and AI. And when it comes to responsible AI, we need to consider fairness, explainability, privacy, security, transparency, robustness, governance, and safety. Then, let's examine the practical aspects of security implementation. The GenAI Security Scope Matrix, which shows us different levels of security responsibility, ranging from basic consumer apps to fully self-trained models. This connects with the data management practices, where we need to handle data lifecycle, logging, residency, monitoring, retention, and lineage. Moreover, we need to understand the difference between interpretability and explainability in AI, including technical approaches like partial dependency plots. Then we'll explore comprehensive data and AI governance, covering everything from policy creation and model training to validation procedures, safety protocols, bias mitigation, and establishing proper governance structures. Lastly, let's explore the AWS services and tools designed to enable security, compliance, and governance for AI solutions. For instance, Amazon Augmented AI for including human feedback in the workflow, AWS Macy for identifying sensitive data, such as personal identifiable information, as well as essential AWS services that have features that support data and AI governance, for example IAM for controlling access to AI services. DPC provides Perviat link that allows private connection to AWS network. Thanks for watching. If you find this video helpful, please like and subscribe for more upcoming videos. Look forward to see you in the next one.